The breaking news is that Anthony Joshua has just signed a 3-year extension to his Matchroom boxing contract. Now, I'm curious as to why it's taken so long for Anthony Joshua to sign this extension. Eddie Hearn had said in an interview several months ago, when questioned about, if and when Joshua was going to extend the contract, Eddie Hearn had said that the Wilder fight has a lot to do with whether Joshua is going to re-sign or not. Securing the Wilder fight. So you do wonder what's going on there. Was Joshua putting pressure on Hearn and saying, look, if you get me that fight, I'll re-sign. But if you don't get me the fight, I ain't going to re-sign. Or perhaps it was the DAZN deal. Perhaps Joshua wanted to make sure that deal was right before he signed. Because remember, he was working with Showtime before, potentially HBO. But now it appears his next few fights in the US are going to be on DAZN. So maybe that was a lot of the stuff going on behind the scenes, which was making Anthony Joshua hesitant to step in and extend the contract for several more years. 3 years is not a short amount of time. I know there are fighters out there signing 5-year contracts, which is insane to me, but 3 years is still a significant amount of time, particularly when you are such a prominent person in boxing like Anthony Joshua. The landscape in the heavyweight division can change very quickly, and to be locked into a 3-year contract, it's a long time. Has Joshua made the right decision? I guess time will tell, because if Anthony Joshua was in, let's say, Daniel Dubois' position, an up-and-comer, or if he was in Billy Joe Saunders' position where he was a champion, but he wasn't really very well known in the UK, didn't really have a high profile. If he was in those positions, then without a shadow of a doubt, it would be best for him to be with Eddie Hearn in terms of promotion. But when you reach the level of Anthony Joshua, when you reach that level of fame, when you reach that level of market value, you don't necessarily have to be with the biggest promoter anymore, because your fame has actually outgrown your promoter. You can actually go with a smaller promoter because you're so big anyway, millions of Twitter followers and Instagram followers and all that kind of stuff. You've sold out Wembley how many times? When you've got to that level of fame and prominence, you don't necessarily need the biggest promoter anymore. Your name sells itself. Your past achievements sell themselves to a large extent. So, to me, it wouldn't have been a terrible move for Joshua to go elsewhere if he'd signed to a Frank Warren, or if he'd gone independent maybe. I don't think that would have been a terrible move. And remember, independent don't mean Joshua's going to be doing the day-to-day managing of his career and the day-to-day running of his career. No, he would have a team in place to do that. He's a rich man. But yeah, I don't think it would have been bad for Joshua to go elsewhere. Then again, it might not be bad for him to stay with Eddie Hearn. Let's see what kind of job Hearn does with him, or does for him, during this next phase of Joshua's career. And just as an aside, apart from him signing this 3-year extension, Joshua's still looking very trim here. I know looks can be deceiving, particularly when fighters have got their shirts on. They can end up looking slimmer than they really are. But we know in the Parker fight, he was a lot lighter than he has been of late. And here, he still looks very slim to me. He's lost a lot of that muscle, which I think is a good thing. So let me know what you guys think about this. Anthony Joshua extending his contract with Matchroom by a further 3 years. Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? Why did he take so long to re-sign? That's the question I would like you guys to speculate upon. Yeah. Why did he take so long to re-sign with Matchroom? Was it a situation where he wanted a contract with Wilder signed and a date and all that kind of stuff before he was willing to re-sign? Because now they apparently have that. Now Joshua's signature is on the contract. Hearn's signature's on the contract. The contract has apparently, according to Eddie Hearn, been sent to Deontay Wilder. Let's see if Wilder's team refutes it. Let's see if Wilder's team says, we don't have a contract. We haven't seen no contract. I think that a contract will be sent. I think a contract has been sent because Deontay Wilder's already trying to preempt it. Deontay Wilder's already saying that offer's off the table. We ain't accepting no 15 million. Oh, do you want the fight or not? I know it's greedy because by April the fight's going to be a lot bigger than it is now. So yeah, it is greedy, but at the end of the day, if they don't budge from the 15 million, where else are you going to go to get 15 million? Are you going to get that against Tyson Fury? Maybe you will. I doubt it, but maybe you will. And if you do, good luck to you. But it appears right now, as an outsider, as though Deontay Wilder's not going to get close to 15 million against anybody else in the foreseeable future. And so therefore, you really can't pass up the 15 million. You can't pass it up. If you actually want the fight, you really can't pass it up at this point. Anyway, let me know how you feel in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out.